Hello, I am Vishal Prabhu Khanolkar. Let us talk about government deficit, or in particular deficit financing. Let's first look at what do we mean by deficit. Deficit is nothing but, in accounting terms, we have a revenue of X, we have a cost of Y or investments of Y, and total Y is greater than total of X. That means we have spent more than we have earned. Then we are said to be, in accounting term, in deficit. So what happens when we are talking about government budget or a country budget? What do we mean by India is under deficit? It simply means that government has spent more money than it has earned through taxes and direct or indirect taxes. Now this deficit has to be somehow financed. The money has to be brought into the system so that next amount of spending can be done. That planning for recovering the deficit is called deficit financing. Deficit financing can be done in two ways. One of the basic ways is by minting more money. Since we have less amount of money in the system, the solution for that is creating more amount of money. The central bank of any country will mint more money. But there is a limit to which you can mint money. So because the total value of your currency vis-a-vis other currencies depend on the total amount of money that you produce, total amount of currency that you produce. So the second part is, if you do not want to go for minting money, the other part by which a deficit can be financed is by generating money or borrowing money from world market. Borrowing money from world market leads to two things: increase in public debt and increase in the interest rate of our public banks. If that is the case, then the natural question arises, why do we not curtail the deficit? The answer is simple. There are two sectors in the economy: public sector and the private sector. The public sector being in deficit means that for balancing it out or for keeping the system in equilibrium, private sector is in surplus. That means some of the spending or a large part of the spending of the government has been invested by the private sector in increasing their net worth. That means the money spent by the public institutions or by the government is now available in the form of increased net worth of the private sector. And that is the goal of any government. That is why every government tries to be in deficit as far as public money is concerned. That is only one advantage of deficit. The other advantage of deficit is in ending recession. For example, there is recession right now. What does it mean? It means a high amount of unemployment. How do we remove that? To remove that, government spends more amount of money in creating infrastructure or related projects. More amount of employment is created, more income is generated on an individual level. That income results in spending. So as the spending in the economy increases, the recession automatically goes down. But remember, the first step that we took for this was spending more money from government. The government spends more money, that directly indicates that the deficit is going to be higher. So higher deficit can be utilized for curing recession problem. But there are two aspects to deficit planning. One is, we have to check whether the deficit is unplanned or it is part of active policy. As long as it is part of active policy, we are taking conscious decision to increase private sector wealth, net wealth, and that is fine. But if it is not planned and it is coming as an unplanned deficit, that is a deficit which we should cure by taking certain financial steps.